So what I achieved today, tried to tame the hamster. He was afraid because the windows were open and a sudden change of temperature. He went to hide under my bed in the mattress. And I calmed him down, stopped him screaming, and got some jingle bells there. Real jingle bells. That don't corrode. I've oiled him today. Like an anointing. I've emptied the bin. Made a meal that will last me and give me an energy boost. A daddy long leg has entered. It's a huge daddy long leg. The windows were open very slightly. And I've shut both of the windows, the straws. I'm hoping to do that tomorrow, that I now feel stronger. Get rid of the old pink curtain. Yeah, I can do one thing at a time. Yeah, we can play peekaboo. If I cannot sleep by sudden sharp pain from the rash, a candle actually switches itself off when it's pitch black or when it's daylight. It seems to be programmed on this setting. Candle operated. I don't have a bin in the middle of the room anymore. I made sure all the bins 3D. Let's do a 3D. Let's not. A bird has the food and water there and a blue bottle that I'm going to fill with some rice. I'm using oil to apply on my rash. I repeated the prescription. Still haven't started because I was in too much pain. I was very hot yesterday. Got another fever. The hamster has decided to go and examine the water dish. He's gone inside the tin, which has new lentils. Look how many flies have come in. Literally opened the window just for a few seconds. The bird normally goes to sleep in the same place, but now she's decided that she likes the maze. She likes it so much, she doesn't want to leave. Like for a week, she's always come back onto she'll probably, when she hears me sleeping, I don't snore, but when she hears me, she'll probably come back and perch on there, which is a chair with wheels. But it's the first night she hasn't done so. I think her being very close to me had frightened her because they're very small and I'm a big giant. And that dim light. Maybe one day there will be a candle battery operated where I could dim it even more so. It's way past their bedtime. They're normally asleep by now. I found it impossible to move the bin. The hamsters didn't go back in the bin. But when I had the window open just for an hour to get rid of the smell of the banana skin, he decided to go inside my mattress covers. I got him recorded. Little destroyer, a little tyrant. Oh my God, so the windows are shut. He's gone back to his nest, which is fluffy. And he'll leave me alone. It's only when he feels cold sudden change of temperature that he panics. He was screaming for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And I had to calm him down. He's the only hamster I've ever had that is dramatic. He's extremely dramatic. And he is learning that I'm the boss. He's learning simple commands, no and yes, but with a change of tone of voice and clicking sounds I make. I have cut the bottle of water that contained it and filled it up with cucumber that has been chopped for both of them to be rewarded for that challenge. Keeping focus on them. They depend on me, I depend on my pets. And it takes my mind off reality. It's like TV for me, because without any control, without any challenge, competition from other humans, interference, or other animals interfering, it's just familiar. And that consistency and familiarity is important to them. And children, they're similar to children, highly intelligent. The humans underestimate animals. But tonight I have experienced my hamster tell me, I don't like you. He pushed me away. He rejected me. I've never had a hamster do that to me before. I've had many hamsters and he's the only one that's done that. And he didn't like the fact that I gave him some oil on his fur, a little drop. And neither did my bird. They automatically or instinctively felt threatened, that it was some type of a mark. The oil was a mark for me to attack them. And then they realized that they had made a mistake. The oil is there not to harm them, it's to heal them and to help them, which I do every 2 months or every 3 months, depending on how I am. She also likes it there because it's next to the radiator. I'll have to film another one in the morning and see if she's returned to the chair. The chair legs. I presume she'll stay there now. It's a warmer place to sleep near the radiator. And she gets to meet the hamster inside the maze, which is another fascination. It's an adventure to meet another species of an animal. Casper. Click, click. He's gone back in his bed. These little flies. They may be out there like fruit flies from the banana skin. Or it's coming from the window and the window is opened. This evening I did some singing. And it was wonderful. Sharing this moment. I don't want the light to be too bright for the bird's eye. Maybe she may think it's the sun. I'm going to sleep. Good night, Shashasha. Good night, Casper. A little hammerhead or a shark. He did actually smell of fish. And again, I've never had a hamster that smelled like fish. He smelled fishy. Maybe God's trying to tell me something. Who dominates the fish? Is it the rodent or is it the bird? How many more predators are there as birds that eat fish compared to the rodents? How many more rodents are there that eat fish? Whoever existed. But do statistics matter? Because both birds and rodents eat fish. Fish eat fish, which is symbolic to humans who would attack their own members. Something fishy going on. He's inside the, that's why he smells fishy, because he goes inside the tin. I just saw that tin wobble next to the water dish, the water bottle. Can it be seen wobbling? And his water dish, he has got a big water dish, just a clear dish. He's eating leftover lentils and a bean. I gave him 2 beans this evening, but no pasta. I can't give him pasta, mate. Sorry, mate. Can't call you a mate. I've never called you a mate before. Oh, that sounds wrong. No, I have a sauce on the pasta, unless I wash the pasta. But that won't be very tasty if I wash it for you. It'll be a bit sloppy and cold and soggy like a worm. It's best to have it warm. He would love spaghetti bolognese. To fatten him up. And that he will grow big. He's also another hamster I've never had before, the type that is the smallest. A Syrian hamster. All the other hamsters I've ever had were much bigger than him. He's also had the biggest nose of all my hamster pets I've had my entire life. These are an odd pair, but they are friends. They don't attack each other. Compared to the rabbit I had, both of my rabbits had killed Zuba that I had, that I miss. As a hamster, they ganged up on him and attacked him. Stress is the biggest killer. And Zuba was a lot more silly, whereas Casper is a lot more serious and sad. He thinks about life in a pessimistic way, that life is extremely difficult. And when he also heard me screaming and screeching in pain, so he was very worried that as I am his boss, that if anything happens to me, that death will be knocking on his door, that death will arrive in his nest. If I die, then he will die. So he was extremely worried about that. Hyper anxious. So he's very sensitive emotionally. He can sense when I'm not well. He would spend a lot more time in his wheel and not eat anything. I have made a mistake in all my life of knowing hamsters since I was 18 years old into my 40s, 50s, 30s. Always had a hamster. And the biggest mistake I've made is putting a exercise wheel in the cage while they are pups and not fully grown, because the attention for food and drink disappears. So the pups do not grow big enough. So it may be my fault that he is abnormally little, because I had placed the exercise wheel since he wasn't really a pup, but before he established his habitat, the focus was off the food, off the drink. His focus was on the exercise wheel. And he's learned it. He's actually learned to reject his exercise wheel, and he's learned to be in control of his own exercise. He's learning what is what is ripe and what is not ripe. And he has a sense of natural anger. He likes to be in control. So if anything goes abnormal, such as a window open or a sharp contrast, environment change, he becomes extremely worried, screaming, screeching, don't touch me, angry, outraged. It's like he's expecting to die, or he has to die or kill or die. So he's not the warrior in the physical body. He's a warrior in the spiritual body, just like I prayed for him to be a little warrior, to fight all negative feelings. So anyone who has, if that can be for an animal, how much more can it be for a human? God says, I love the sparrow bird. How much more do I love humans? And man, what is man? Human. So, yeah, fascinating this. He's decided to spend a very long time inside that tin. I can see his backside. That's why he smells fishy. But it's a fresh tin every day. And those flies are so annoying. I normally bring a vinegar or an apple cider vinegar in here to get rid of the fly. I, as a child, used to catch flies and then release them outside. That was my favourite game. Because it was a challenge. It was almost impossible to catch a fly. I waited for it to land on the wall, and it would sneak up without a shadow, without a trace, and capture the fly insect in a glass and put paper underneath the glass and release it outside. My favourite game as a child. But these fruit flies are the most disgusting things because they are smaller by comparison to an ordinary housefly. So I open the window for fresh air, not to get more flies come in and daddy long legs and moths. So I've shut the window, regulate the temperature. The windows have got a vent slightly opened for some fresh air. What else could I say? So he's decided that the lentil, tiny amount, and 2 beans is delicious. He's never had a bean before. Or he has had a baked bean, but not this type. I don't think I gave him butter bean before. I may have done. So we share. They often have crumbs and my leftovers. The cucumber pieces are inside that big bottle. The bird is also similar to a fish. They don't shut their eyes. They sometimes shut the eye. A little bit. Mostly the eyes are opened. Good night then. I'm going, gone.